Hi kids, my name is Mrs. Harma. I teach first grade at Wayne Elementary, but today I'll be your extended learning teacher and I cannot wait to get started learning with you. It's grade 1, cycle day 4, daily routines. Let's get started.
Okay, first grade scholars, help me sing our transition song. Ready? Let's sing. Sit down and come together, together, together. Sit down and come together, together right now. It's time to practice sounds and blend them together. Let's practice our high frequency words and write them down. Great job!
Let's practice our high frequency word writing. Read this word. Again. I'm going to use this word in a sentence. We are going to jump again. I'm going to write the sentence on the board. Let's count how many words. We are going to jump again. It has 6 words. I'm going to write this sentence on the board. Don't forget to start your sentence with a capital letter. We are, A-R-E, that's a high frequency word we need to learn. We are going, go, g, o, ing. That's a pattern, I-N-G, ing, ing. We are going to, T-O, to jump, ch, m, p, again. And I said that with excitement, so guess what punctuation mark I'm putting at the end? An exclamation mark. Because you know what? I'm excited to be jumping. So let's read that sentence. We are going to jump again. Now you think of a sentence that has the word again. Now you write your sentence down. Okay, read this word. Bye. I'm going to use this word in a sentence. Say bye to your friends. I'm going to write this sentence on the board. Say bye to your friends. It has 5 words in it. Let's start with the first word. Say. Say. Don't forget to start with a capital letter. A. That's a high frequency word. Don't forget it has the AY pattern in it. Say bye. That's our high frequency word that we're practicing. B-Y-E. Bye. Say bye to your friends. To. T-O. Your. Y-O-U-R. And friends. Ends. Now that's a high frequency word also. So we need to practice that spelling because it's a little bit unusual. Friends. And don't forget, you need to have a punctuation mark at the end. Let's read the sentence together. Say bye to your friends. Now you think of a sentence. Go ahead and take a minute to write your sentence down. Okay, read this word. Could. I'm I'm going to use this word in a sentence. Sometime we could work together. Sometime we could work together. It has 5 words in it. I'm going to write this sentence on the board. Sometime. That's a compound word. It has 2 words put together to make 1 word. So let's try and write that one carefully and correctly. Sometime. Let's start with a capital letter at the beginning. Some is spelled S-O-M-E. Some. Time. T-I-M. And then there's that E at the end. Sometime we could, there's that high frequency word that we want to practice, could work there's that O-R, and you can only hear the R, so be careful. Sometime we could work together. That's another compound word where you take 2 words and put them together to make 1 word. Sometime we could work together. G-A-The-er. And then I need to put a punctuation mark at the end of my sentence. I'm going to put a period there. I'm going to fix that T a little bit more. Let's read the sentence together. Sometime we could work together. Now I want you to think of a sentence that you could write using the word could. Go ahead and take a minute to write your sentence down. All right, read this word. Does. I'm going to use this word in a sentence. What does she think about the book? I'm going to write this sentence on the board. Let's count how many words there are in this sentence. What does she think about the book? 7 words in this sentence. Let's get started. What? That's a high frequency word, so we need to practice writing that one. What? That is definitely not spelled the way that we think it would be spelled. It's a word that we need to memorize. Good thing we're practicing it today. What does that's another word that doesn't play fair. What does she think about the book. Book. Now I have to think about how I want to end the punctuation on this sentence. What does she think about the book? That's a question. I'm going to have to put a question mark at the end of that sentence. Let's read it again. What does she think about the book? Now you think of a sentence using the word does. Now take a minute to write your sentence down. Read this word. Knew. I'm going to use this word in a sentence. I knew he was hiding. I'm going to write this sentence on the board, but let's count how many words it has. I knew he was hiding. It has 5 words in it. Let's get started. I by itself is always capital, but it's also at the beginning of this sentence, so we need to make sure we capitalize it. I knew. There's that silent K. Knew. He was, and we know was doesn't play fair, so we have to keep practicing that one. Was hiding. Hide. And there's that chunk we heard earlier. Hiding. And then I need to put a punctuation mark at the end. Since I'm saying this with excitement, I knew he was hiding. I'm going to put an exclamation mark at the end. Let's read this sentence. I knew he was hiding. Now you think of a sentence that uses the word knew. Now you take a minute to write your sentence. All right, let's read this word. Or. I'm going to use this word in a sentence. Do you want ham or bacon? It has 6 words. I'm going to write this sentence on the board. Let's start with do. Don't forget to capitalize the first letter of the first word in your sentence. Do you that's a high frequency word. Want. Remember, that one doesn't play fair, so we need to really keep practicing it. Ham. Or bacon. It's a C making a sound like a K. Bacon. Bacon. And that's a question, so I'm going to end my sentence with a question mark. Now you think of a sentence using the word or. Now you take a minute to write it down. Read this word. Would. I'm going to use this word in a sentence. Would you repeat that? It has 4 words in it. I'm going to write the sentence on the board. Let's get started. Would. Don't forget, the first letter of the first word needs to be capital. We know that would doesn't play fair. That's why we're practicing it right now. Would you repeat, Now I know that it has two vowels together and the E is the one doing the talking. So I'm going to write it the correct way, repeat. Would you repeat that? The, at, that. Let's read the sentence. Would you repeat that? Now you think of a sentence using the word would. Go ahead and write your sentence down. We have been reading Looking for Mars this week. Now it's time for you to read this book on your own. Please find a quiet spot and read every word of this book. When you finish, use a piece of paper to write your answer to this question. Who are the characters in this story? Great job reading! Did you say the characters are Pat and James? If you did, then you're right. Now I want you to think about what the setting of the story is. Remember, the setting is where the story takes place and the time that it takes place. Go ahead and think about it. Okay, let's stop and check our thinking. What is the setting of the story? At the beginning of the story, it said that it was dark and the characters could see Mars in the sky. So I knew that it was nighttime. Then on the next page, it said that Pat and James went to the park. So I knew that it was set in the park at night. I'm so glad that we found the clues that told us the setting of the story. Great job, first grade. All right, let's get started with today's lesson.
Okay, first grade, help me sing another transition song. Are you ready? Let's sing. Now let's all be editors, be editors, be editors. Now let's all be editors to make the writing make sense. Listen to the sentence, the sentence, the sentence. Listen to the sentence, we will change it as a group. Great job.
Interactive editing. Let's edit a sentence together. We will check for capital letters where needed, punctuation marks at the end of sentences, and the correct spelling of words. Let's get started. Let's edit a sentence. First, I'll read the sentence. Could you move the sharp thorn out of the way? The first thing we want to do is check for capital letters where they need to be. And I noticed that the word could did not start with a capital letter, and that's the first word in the sentence. So I'm going to start by fixing that first. I'm going to cross out the word could and write the correct spelling over the top of it. Could. Now I want to check spelling. Could is spelled correctly. You. We know you by itself is not a word, so I'm going to cross out the U and put Y-O-U. Could you move? Move is spelled correctly. The is spelled correctly. Sharp. Sharp is not spelled correctly. It's missing a vowel. We know from our studies that sharp is spelled S-H-A-R-P. Let me fix that A. S-H-A-R-P. Sharp. Okay, I'm going to read from the beginning again to see what I need to fix. Could you move the sharp thorn? Thorn. I noticed there's an O missing in thorn. I'm going to write the correct spelling and then cross out the incorrect spelling. Could you move the sharp thorn out of? Well, that is not the correct spelling for of either. This is a high frequency word and we know that it's spelled O-F. Let's read it again. Could you move the sharp thorn out of the way? Everything else is spelled correctly. Now I need to check to make sure that I have a punctuation mark. And we don't. So I need to read the sentence and think about what kind of punctuation mark should I have at the end of the sentence. Could you move the sharp thorn out of the way? That's a question. I'm going to add a question mark at the end of the sentence. Good. Now you read it with me. Could you move the sharp thorn out of the way? Great job. Let's try another one.
Okay, boys and girls, help me sing our next transition song. Ready? Let's go. It's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. It's time to practice what we learned. It's time to go to work. Good job.
Now it's time for activity time. Let's get started. Okay, it's the writing sentences activity. Use page 83 in your distance learning packet to complete this activity. All right, first graders, it's reflection time. What did you do today that is helping you become a more proficient reader? Thank you for learning with me today. I look forward to teaching you again soon. Here are a couple of reminders. Make sure that you watch the alphabet chant video, read the decodable reader for the week, practice your high frequency words, read 20 minutes and complete a reading log entry, practice your handwriting with your letters A through Z, both in uppercase and lowercase, write your high frequency words, write your consonant, vowel, consonant E and consonant, vowel, consonant words, and practice writing short and simple sentences. Again, I look forward to teaching you again soon.